Thank you, Minister Thistlethwaite. I'm sorry I could not join you today, and I would like to start by thanking Australia for chairing this forum and its leadership over the past year. I also want to thank the OECD Secretariat for the technical expertise and logistical support it provides the forum, and for its presentation on the trends in global steelmaking capacity, which are deepening the challenges for our steel industries. In particular, we're quite pleased to see the Global Steel Monitoring Tool come to fruition to support the forum's ambitious work program. For many years, we've discussed the causes behind excess capacity in the global steel industry, in particular, the state-directed industrial targeting in China and the lack of market-oriented conditions there and in other economies. This continues to harm our workers and businesses, creates strategic dependencies and systemic vulnerabilities, and undermines our supply chains and industrial competitiveness. It's clearly evident that current international trade rules are inadequate to discipline the policies and practices that have caused this crisis or to find a solution. I also question the political will of foreign members to take action to fill the gaps in the existing rule set. The United States has taken effective actions to address excess capacity in the U.S. market, including actions on direct and indirect steel imports from countries with overcapacity. However, China's exports continue to displace steel producers globally, resulting in trade diversion to the U.S. market and lost export opportunities for our manufacturers. Similar trade actions by like-minded partners are needed to more fully address excess capacity and the global market distortions it causes. These actions do not need to look exactly like the actions taken by the United States, but they should have an equivalent restrictive effect. We are therefore pleased that forum members agree on the need for a framework for joint action to address the root causes and effects of excess capacity in the steel sector. Such a framework for joint action can complement other actions by forum members to address excess capacity. Failure to take collective action now will only allow distortions to further impact our workers and industries. This new framework for joint action will require a level of ambition and new concepts that are not present in existing preferential trade agreements and the WTO framework. In fact, the WTO has proven ineffective in reducing disparities and imbalances, addressing non-market policies and practices, providing sufficient transparency, and enforcing agreed rules. Furthermore, the WTO has been unable to reform and facilitate negotiations to achieve meaningful outcomes. In light of this reality, forum members must work expeditiously to develop a new framework that addresses global steel excess capacity. This framework should also acknowledge and address regulatory arbitrage, which exacerbates excess capacity and disadvantages our workers and businesses by artificially lowering prices of imported steel and steel-intensive products relative to those produced in our markets. The United States is looking forward to working with other members and our stakeholders in developing this framework, taking effective actions to address excess capacity and its impacts, and restoring a globally level playing field for our workers and producers. Mr. Chair, the ministerial statement before us is one that the United States strongly supports. We look forward to continued cooperation with forum members as chair next year. Thank you.